Hey everybody, welcome back to Ryan Makes Sense, where we talk personal finance, investing, and chart analysis. Today we are going to be reviewing FSLY, ticker symbol FSLY. They do have earnings after the bell today, so I just want to look and see if this stock is a good price at $12.65 or if it should be lower or higher based on several factors. We're going to look at what the possible target price could be based on my proprietary calculation, which I'll show you guys. Also, see what hedge funds and institutions are doing, insider selling, etc. We'll also open Thinkorswim and just look at long-term patterns or chart analysis. So without further ado, just looking at this daily chart, FSLY has a gap to fill at $19 and $22. And here's gap number one to fill right here. And then gap number two is this big one. You can see it just, the last earnings they had, they just fell from 23 and it's just flatlined and lost $10. So let's look at the bigger picture and see what we've got going on here. I don't know if I've drawn on this one before. I have not. Okay, so we have our Bollinger Bands here. We can see the stock has been trying to get through the midline here, but it is not. Also, it looks like there was a potential move to the upside here, but it hit the upper Bollinger Band and hit resistance. And the stock has been retreating since. But let's look at a few other things. So we have the strength. The RSI is at 42. If we want to see this go to the upside, I think we want to see this heading towards 50 plus. The momentum actually looks like it's coming down. Money flow looks like it's coming down, and the relative momentum indicator is kind of heading down, but also looks like it's trying to make a decision here. Nothing really telling in terms of these technical points. I think the momentum heading down, the money flow going down, and the strength not being at that high, I think those are indicators of a potential downside move. And this is on the monthly chart. Looking at their sales, this is beautiful stair step. You want to see this. This is not good. They're adding shares to the supply, dilution. It looks like EPS is turning around slowly. You can see back in 2021, that was the worst, minus 1.92 earnings per share, minus 1.57, 1.03. If 2024 goes the way they want, I think their EPS should be around 0.5, minus 0.5. Or it could just do a completely positive flip. So looking at some other things here, gross margins are 49%. That's high. They're not profitable. They do have adequate cash. They are priced heavily going into the future, so that means they're probably expensive now. Earnings per share this year are great. Next year, great. Next 5 year, don't ever listen to 5-year guidance because nobody knows. EPS past 5 years, negative 25%. Sales past years, positive 28%. So kind of mixed so far. We're going to run my handy dandy calculation, and this is going to tell us what the potential stock price for FSLY could be. So I'm going to take the market cap of $1,730,000,000. I'm going to go ahead and minus 133,090,000, and I'm going to add 505,990,000. Yes, 505,900,000. Yeah. Okay, and this calculation was born. I worked at a small microcap company. We had financial regulators come in to price the stock. Every $100 million in sales was equivalent to $1 in share price. And I've added the market cap in the calculation just because that's when big money can really start to sway a stock. So I baked it in. They do have $322 million in cash, which is the least they've had since at least March of 2022. So we're going to go ahead and add 322,870,000. And then total long-term debt is minus 393,590,000. Okay. So kind of like cash and debt cross out. Total assets 1.5 billion, total liabilities 500 million. about a 3-to-1 assets dwarfing liabilities. Um, and looking at the stock price divided by 124,870,000. Potential stock price of $16.27. The current stock price is $12.67. And the analyst target price is $20.78. Piper Sandler has it at $16, which is exactly on the money for my calculation. So cool. Looks like several others are actually in the same area. So interesting. Okay, so based off of my calculation and price targets, I think between 12 and 16 is fine. And if you watched my video from yesterday, Caesars Entertainment, obviously going down, waiting until we get to 24. But anyway, Fastly. Have I drawn this one before? I have. Great. Man, look at this. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna update this. Activate drawing. This is gonna go to 7:15. Perfect. Okay. So in terms, we'll come back to this chart. What are hedge funds and institutions doing? Good question. So old data shows that institutions own 70%. And we did see a lot of insider selling, and I don't see much option. Okay, here's one options exercise. For Christopher Paisley, you can see he got the 1,000, the 1,000 here. Everything else looks like people are just taking money off the table. I like to see buying. I'm not a big fan of all this red, but it's, it is what it is. People need to get paid. So again, institutions own 70%. That's old data. New data says that they own 76%. And it looks like we're seeing a nice new mountaintop created. Vanguard and BlackRock, what do they have? Vanguard added 500,000 shares. Arthur Bergman decreased about 900,000 shares, 0.72, sold 6,140,000 shares. Crazy. Legal and General Investment Management sold 750,000 shares. FMR increased their position to 11.5 million shares. That's amazing. First Trust Portfolios decreased about 800,000 shares, and BlackRock added about 1 million shares. So a little bit of a mixed bag, but I think the big highlight here is FMR adding 11,480,000 shares. That's crazy. So that took a big chunk. In terms of what I'm looking for in terms of price targets, if it's going to go up or down, it doesn't honestly look bullish for the stock. Again, I look at things on the bigger picture, like the monthly, and I'm not seeing any long-term reversal. This chart on the weekly also indicates more weakness could be coming. If we're looking at support, I think the all-time low for this stock, was around $7.90 some cents. One horizontal. So I think the stock is slowly heading that way. We have some support at $12.10. Below that, we see 1077. Yep, we've confirmed resistance once, twice. Support has been confirmed 4 or 5 times. So to the downside, I see Fastly going to $10.77. To the upside, let's see. I'm just drawing supports and resistances right now, just trying to get a feel. All right. $14.10. So I mean, look at this. Again, resistance, support. We're in a very tight range right now. And again, I'm not seeing any pattern that makes this bullish or optimistic. I mean, the buy side volume is not really there. It's just kind of flat. And again, the weekly momentum kind of looks like it's going up, but money flow is going down. It's contradicting. Relative momentum indicators also going down. I think we test 11.99, maybe 10.69, maybe it just flushes through both of those and goes to 7.60. Now that'd be about a 50% move almost. So again, to the downside, 11.99, 10.50. The upside, I think 14. Yeah. So that's my bearish and bullish cases. I don't have a position. Um, I personally will not be getting into this one anytime soon. I'm not a fan of the dilution here. Are they going to continue to add more to the supply? Not good for retail investors. They are not profitable. Are they heading towards profitability? Let's check. Kinda. Let's see I mean, maybe it's it's hard to tell. It was negative 44, negative 10, negative 54, negative 23. Really hard to tell where profitability is going to come. Also, a lot of these insider selling is just not attractive. And my target price is $16. Analysts have an average of $20. I just don't see the risk reward here just because I think this looks like it might go down more. So if you are in this one, good luck. This is the software application space. I think this could use a little bit more of a breather. Let's see what this did on the all-time high. This went from $10 to 104, 136, and now it's down to 7. Or I'm sorry, now it's down to 1265. So if you're a long-term investor and you're excited about this company's doing, I think historically buying in this chop zone, I mean, look what it did last time during the last bull run. So again, that's just my 2 cents. I'm going to hold off on this one for at least 20 July 2025. I want to see it get out of this Fibonacci arc area and start to work its way to some potential new ground. So again, that's just my opinion. I'm some random guy. If you guys are in this, again, good luck. Take care. Consider subscribing if you made it this far. Have a good one.